Welcome back, astronauts. Hope you're all doing well, and if you're watching this video, it probably means you have already played Starfield. Can you believe it? And if you haven't, hopefully you can play it very soon. But if you have, post in the comments down below, what has your first experience with Starfield been like? I'd love to hear it. So post in the comments down below. And yes, I did post my full review of Starfield on the channel. So if you missed it yesterday, be sure to click on the link in the description if you want to hear my opinions on Starfield. Short version is I absolutely love this game, of course, and I've also made a video about my $1 million ship collection where I tore a number of ships from the game, so be sure to check that out. I go over all the weapon system, all the details, the defense systems, all of that good stuff, so check it out. In this video, I'm going to be going over all kinds of news since Starfield released last night, early access of course. So we're going to be going over the review roundup of Starfield, including some reviews that have caused controversy in the Starfield community. And then I'm also going to be talking about how mods are beginning to officially release for the PC. And yes, Digital Foundry does a complete graphics breakdown of the Xbox Series X and S version. We'll find out what they had to say about that. And the community has already started discovering some funny and interesting stuff in Starfield. I'll be talking about that. But let's jump into the video and get started. We're going to jump into the review roundup for Starfield and some of the controversy surrounding some of the reviews. So we're going to dive into that right now, starting off with this tweet from Benji Cells, who said Starfield reviews, and he lists out all of the reviews, starting off with Destructoid, who gave it a 10 out of 10, Gaming Bolt with a 10 out of 10, VGC 5 out of 5, Games Radar 5 out of 5, and then it keeps on going down the list. And then we start getting to the controversial reviews with IGN and GameSpot giving Starfield a 7 out of 10. So when I saw this yesterday, my jaw dropped. I was like, seriously, a 7 out of 10. And of course, this is coming from me, who has played the game for 2 weeks. So keep in mind, I have had experience with the game for 2 weeks. So I know what I'm talking about when I say that a 7 out of 10, in my opinion, is way too freaking low for this game. I don't know what IGN and GameSpot were thinking. Did they even play the same game that I played? It's kind of shocking that they gave it a 7 out of 10. And what's kind of funny about this is Andrea pointed this out on Twitter. She said the duality of IGN, Japan versus the USA review, and the Japan IGN review gave it a 10 out of 10, while the American version gave it a 7 out of 10. So I don't know what is going on over here with the American version of IGN. You know, I don't know why they are giving it a 7 out of 10. It makes no sense to me. Now, they did go into more detail on why they gave it a 7 out of 10. They said Starfield's interstellar mystery story eventually pays off, and once the ball got rolling, combat on foot and in space gradually became good enough after I'd finished the main story after around 60 hours. They then go on to say disjointed space travel, non-existent maps, aggravating inventory management, and a slow rollout of essential abilities very nearly did Starfield in. That sounds a little bit ridiculous to me. They then go on to say it was the joys piloting a custom spaceship into and out of all sorts of situations in a rich sci-fi universe that eventually pulled it out of a nosedive. I'm glad that I powered through the early hours because just like Skyrim and Fallout 4 before it, there's still an immersive amount to discover, and the pull to seek it out is strong. And then they give it a 7 out of 10. So what is your opinion on this? Leave a comment down below. I totally disagree with the 7 out of 10 rating. And then them saying it's disjointed space travel and the non-existent maps, I don't agree with that at all. I don't know what they're even referring to there. But with the aggravating inventory management, I can understand, you know, the constant inventory management in this game can be quite aggravating. I do get that part of it. But a 7 out of 10, come on, guys, that's ridiculous. And then GameSpot also did the same thing. They gave it a 7 out of 10, saying it had an uninspired main story with weak writing and characterizations. Underwhelming vision of space exploration and humanity's spacefaring future. And I'm going to stop right there and say, again, what are they even talking about? It actually makes me kind of angry to hear them say that, because I feel like this game, one of the reasons I love this game so much is because it captures space exploration so well. I felt like a kid again wanting to be an astronaut playing this game. I absolutely love how they capture the NASA punk theme of this game. To me, it's perfection. I absolutely love it. When you land on a planet, that sequence of seeing your spaceship land on the planet gets me every time. I love getting up and out of my cockpit seat and roaming around my spaceship and exiting outside the back door. It's just awesome. The whole experience for me personally has been awesome in Starfield, and has captured that feeling of wanting to be a space exploration, wanting to go out there in space, land on planets, use your ship, build your own spaceship, build outposts, and do stuff like that. So, again, I don't know what these reviewers are talking about. Now, Games Radar, on the other hand, they gave it a 5 out of 5. It said Starfield is an expansive and beautifully crafted open-world experience full of endless discovery and opportunities. They then list their pros and said an incredible world to explore, great characters and locations, good gunplay and ship battles, and then their cons where it can be overwhelming, with encumbrance being eternally annoying. And I agree with that last part. I actually mentioned that in my review as well, that the encumbrance part and the inventory management is super annoying. And of course, I'm hoping that someone mods in something where I can carry way more stuff. But I'm probably not going to even use that, though, because I'll be honest with you, I'm playing this game vanilla mostly. I'm not planning on playing it modded a lot. I really want to experience this game vanilla for at least 200 hours before I start packing on tons of mods to it, because in my opinion, the vanilla experience for Starfield is absolutely incredible. So, come back to this video, by the way, after you've played Starfield for a number of hours, and let me know what your initial review and impressions are. Now, also, we're going to talk about mods, because mods have started releasing on the Nexus mods for PC. So this is certainly exciting, and a lot of these mods are more like maintenance type mods or improvement mods where you can like add an FOV slider or stuff like that. They have reshader mods and really cool stuff like that so far, and even a DLSS mod as well, which Okami Games points out, says Starfield already has a free DLSS mod within hours of release. This game is going to be completely transformed by modders within 6 months. And I totally agree with that. I cannot wait to see what mods are going to be coming up in Starfield. And we've discussed mods so much here at the HQ, and man, I cannot wait to see, of course, Star Wars mods. I want to see a Stargate mod. Star Trek mods would be fun. What else? Battlestar Galactica would be amazing to see as well. So much mod potential with Starfield, and just gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Now, also, if you want to quickly change the FOV on PC, by the way, this was posted on Reddit, and they posted a small little guide on how to change the FOV on PC, and they confirmed that it does indeed work, and it looks very simple to do. You just create a file called starfieldcustom.ini, and then you put this text into that file. So if you don't want to go and install a whole mod, you can just install a text file and that will do it. So that's pretty cool to see. Now, Digital Foundry did a breakdown of the Xbox Series X and S version of the game, something that a lot of people have been wanting to see, and something that honestly I was a bit worried about, because we didn't see any Xbox Series S or X footage before the game released. We did know, of course, that it runs at 30 frames per second, but we didn't really see any like concrete footage. And I have very good news to report that Digital Foundry is saying that Starfield does indeed run very well on Xbox Series X and S at a solid 30 frames per second. So this is very, very good news for the Xbox community. And yes, I know we still want it to be a 60 frames per second game, but Again, at least it runs at a solid 30 frames per second. And from what Todd Howard said in earlier interviews, they really did a lot with motion blur to make the game feel a lot smoother and stuff like that. And it really paid off. That extra year delay really paid off for Starfield, as we can all tell. Now, there's some funny and interesting stuff people are running into for Starfield already, and they posted it on Reddit. By the way, these are no spoilers. This was posted by Reasoned2 on Reddit. They said, no way they did this to us. And it's a ship that they ran into, and the ship says, thanks for responding to my hell. We've been trying to contact you about your ship's extended warranty. Your warranty coverage has expired or is about to expire. And this is pure Bethesda humor here. This stuff cracks me up, and I absolutely love this stuff. And believe it or not, after 2 weeks of playing Starfield, I have yet to even run into this ship yet. I find this amazing, and it just is a testament to how massive this game really is. Now, this was also posted on Reddit by Revolution Raven, who says, PSA, use your cutter on emergency door pins to open them. So if you run into these kind of doors, remember, you can use your cutter to access those doors. And then also, this was posted by QMan101, who says the screenshots you take become loading screens. This is so cool, and I had no idea about this. And I guess you use your scanner, by the way, to take your screenshots. Pete Hines also posted something really funny on Twitter. He said, whether you need time off to play Starfield starting tomorrow in early access or next week at launch, Uncle Pete has you covered. And then he posted this excuse note that you can give to your workplace for excusing yourself to play some Starfield. So remember that. That's going to come in handy if you haven't already used it. So that's going to do it for the video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, astronauts. I really have been having a blast talking about Starfield with you all. And of course, we're all playing Starfield as well right now. So again, in your comments, leave your initial impressions of the game so far. I cannot wait to hear what you think. And if you missed it, my review is up on the channel as well, spoiler free. And if you want to see it, click on the link down below in the comments, and then check out my $1 million ship collection as well by clicking on the link down in the comments too. But I will see you astronauts later, and I've got plenty of news videos and coverage on Starfield coming up as people continue to release mods as we go into the Shattered Space DLC as well. So much more stuff to talk about here at the HQ. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you astronauts later. Take it easy, take care, and see you later.